How's it going, YouTube? It's your boy Top coming back at you with a deck profile update. Now, it's been a minute since I updated this deck, and I wanted to kind of bring it to the front again because I see a lot of decks playing it with Runics, and I'm not a huge fan of the Runic variant, and I wanted to kind of show my take on it again. There's not a whole lot has changed from last time, but it's mostly side deck and other random stuff that's changed. So just kind of get into it. It's live Twin Spright, and we'll get right to the deck profile. I'll talk about things as I get to them, different changes that have come up in testing and whatnot. So first of all, we have three Light Twin Lola, three Light Twin Kill, one Kill Frost, and one Lilla Treat. I used to really hate Lilla Treat as a name, but like as testing has gone on, at towards the end of last format and into this format, it's growing on me. Lilla Treat definitely has. It's mostly because you play 3 and 3, and then the idea is that you will always be able to get to your extender if you play both of the names that are extenders. So it's always nice. And then you still play 3 Sunny Snitch. We still don't play Secret Password anymore. Droll is still pretty prevalent in main decks currently. And even if that's not the case, like it's sided constantly, so like we can never resolve it usually, because like as soon as they see the sprite engine, they side and draw anyway, even if they don't main it. So it's a big hubbub with that. But that is the live twin engine currently. For the sprite engine, we play 3 Sprite Blue, we play 3 Jet, we play 2 Red now, and 1 Sprite Carrot. Because it got semi-limited, we got 2 Smashers or starters and 1 Smashers. So for the sprite variant, or for the sprites, the double sprite red comes up quite often. Being able to have the extra monster extender because we have sprite red as a name, and then still be able to summon it off gigantic, and then still even after jet, we get to jet, being able to resolve the summon carrot, like being able to draw red and not have it feel negative is pretty good now. Being able to have the extra name extender is also really nice. And it definitely has come up where I've needed more than 1 red in the end games. Just because like usually like they'll get rid of your first red, and then if you can't reset up your board because you can't set up another monster negate like that, it's just nice to have. For the power spells, we have the triple enemy controller, the double triple tactics, and the one caught by the grave. Call by the Grave has become very clutch for me recently, especially with the way the hand trap meta has evolved. I definitely think that Call by the Grave is a necessary card this format. The triple tactics isn't as like needed as it used to be. It's still a hand trap heavy format. I have run into a couple of decks that just don't use hand traps currently. And like they just go for the OTK kill because it's new format. They always test that in early format, but it's still a great card, I think, and it's still very much at least currently like the way that you should play it. Like people don't play around triple tactics or thrust like at all anymore. And then enemy controller is just really nice, letting you dodge targeting stuff. Kastura, it's actually more helpful now against Kastura because Kastura has to target like Fenrir specifically is like in Vanquish Souls. It's in a lot of stuff. So as long as they can, as long as you can do that, and then as long as you can remove your monster and steal their stuff, it's pretty plus. And then the same thing for like Vanquish Soul. Like as long as you can tribute monster to steal their cards to help you resolve stuff, you can pretty much help clear their board. Because like Vanquish Soul just tends to end on like the rock plus their three plus setup to get to their 3K, and then like when they by the time that they summon their 3K, they have Mad Love. So like they end on three, like they end on 1 or 2 monsters and then get to 3, and then usually get like a draw on your turn. So like as long as you can interrupt their play, then like enemy controller just immediately fixes a lot of your issues with Vanquish Soul. We also have a special spice against Vanquish Soul in the side deck. We have 3 Ash for the hand traps, double Ghost Warner. These are your 5 Ghost Scrolls that you play, or at least that I play, and then I play 3 Droll and 3 Imperm. So I am on 11 hand traps, not 12 or anything like that. I think that 11 is a pretty good ratio for seeing them. I don't want to clog on them, and I think these ones are the best that you can play. A lot of people are playing Shifter again, so being able to play Mourner over Veiler is really nice. And then the only hand trap that gets turned off by Shifter in this deck is the Droll, so that's why. For the extra deck, pretty standard, hasn't changed much at all. There is one change, the one big change that I've made, and I'll talk about it as I get to it. So we play the double Kiskill, or triple Kiskill, sorry, double Lilla and one Trouble Sunny still. The big change is I taken out Sprint, um, and I put in Muckraker for it. Muckraker has been one of those cards that's been really nice to end on. I didn't really see the potential of it before, just because it was a Link 2. Like I saw people playing it and just thought it was solely because it was a Link 2. But really, it's for the rest of these Eel Twins. So the idea is that like you can link off these two to have a Link 2 on the board and then revive the Kiskill. So this way you still have like multiple Link 2s, but then you can still use this as your revive for Lilla. So even if you end on like IP Muckraker and your two negates, two negates and a Kiskill, so like you'll end on like all but like with only one zone open. You can still use her as like tribute fodder, or you can still use the Evil Twins as tribute fodder and revive fodder, and still make Abramax. So I thought that was I thought that was pretty nice. And it's also a great follow-up. So like if they remove all your skills and you just don't have any in hand, then like or Lilas, then you have ways to revive stuff. We play the Nightmare Phoenix and the Nightmare Unicorn. Also just they're fiends, so they go really well with Muckraker and the Evil Twins. The Evil Twins don't lock you out of them. Unicorn gets locked out usually because of the level because it's Link 3. But ultimately, like it's if you need to revive Lilla with Kiss to Kill before you use IP effect, this is how you like also respond to stuff. So you can get like the pop, the bounce, and then like a spell trap negate and a monster negate, so you can take care of what theoretically four there's of 6 cards in the game, and like depending on the deck, that's more than enough. One IP and one Abramax. These are the last 2 Link monsters. IP lets you make Abramax or Unicorn usually on your opponent's turn, and then it also just does it's just setup. So like a lot of times you can just bait a lot of cards out of your opponent's hand by having IP, and then just interrupting them with like hand traps or your little sprite names, and then making Abramax to protect them from battle. It's pretty nice. And then for the exceeds, we have the double gigantic, one Sky Cavalry, and one Zeus. I do main the Mannequin Cat. I side the Mannequin Cat, and then because I think that's just better to do currently. And Zeus is just really nice, and especially now with the way that Cashier is, you don't need 2 Zeus. You can usually always be fine because like they're not gonna rip it on turn 1 unless you hand trap Unicorn, in which case like you're just kind of asking for it. In my opinion. For the side deck, we have the double Santa Claus. These could be Gamma Seals. I just wanted to keep level 8s off my opponent's board, and the 25 defense is more tame than the 22 attack, I think. It's more of just being able to put an attack mode to make Zeus. So like I can get rid of a huge threat on my opponent's board, make a Zeus, wipe the board, and then pass, and then be okay. Um, it's also good for Mannequin Cat. So being able to make Mannequin Cat set up and then Santa Claus them and then summon out stuff would be pretty good. Um, I I actually don't play the card for it anymore, so like so it's not like too great, but yeah. Before I used to summon Christia or Dragon off of it. We have Jinzo, we have Chaos Hunter, and we have a Morphage Goliath. These are the three Mad Cat targets. I used to play Dragon because I didn't have a Christia, but I was going to play Christia. So the idea is that like Christia and Goliath will do the same idea. And then you can summon Chaos Hunter off of Santa Claus because it's Fiend, but ultimately like the Chaos Hunter's for if they shifter you. This is for Dragon Link mostly, or Skyclaw because it's Earth and Dragon, and then Jinzo's for Labyrinth usually, but like you can sometimes get it out versus Trap Tricks. And then for the spells in here we have one Herald. This is like just typical removal. You do this to call like for Noir. You do this any card that says like it's unaffected. You pretty much decide this in for. Three Cosmic Cyclone for trap decks. Mostly Labyrinth, but like Vanquish Soul as well because they play a lot of Floodgates. I've also been seeing like a lot of Eldritch recently. Um, Three Evenly Matched. I still think this card is insane. People think this card is going to be bad this format. I think they're just absolutely wrong. And then the tech for Vanquish Soul, two Eye of Truth. So the concept behind this, I saw this on DB. I am not. I forget who it was. I have to go back and look at my replays. But Eye of Truth was one of those cards that was just really weird. So the idea of this card is that you can't reveal cards that are already revealed. So when they use their Vanquish Soul cards, they can't reveal, so they can't use the effects. Because the whole point of their cards is to reveal, and if they play with their hand constantly revealed, they can't like re-reveal cards, right? So like at best, so the idea is that like at best they gain like 1,000 life points and they can sort of play, but they have to out this card somehow, and it's not like they don't have outs to the card, but it's usually that because they can't reveal stuff, they can't extend. So if you have one interruption, you're good. And yeah, that's the deck profile. There's little things that I'm still testing out in the deck that I'm still trying to tweak. So like I'm still trying to tweak some of the extra deck maybe or like the side deck. Like I'm still trying to find better um like better cat targets. I think that if I played like depending on the kaijus I played, I could do different things. Like if I played the sticky kaiju, maybe I could do like Goliath more. If I play like it just like that's just my thing. Like if I played like a machine kaiju, I could play Shinzo more, but then the machine kaiju is huge, so it's not really great. I did like the idea of Santa Claus into Chaos Hunter before. I think I've only done that once. It's usually though like they go shifter, you go normal Lolo, um summon Kill, or one summon the other, summon Sprite Blue, search Jet, special Jet overlay for Mannequin Cat. uh, like you search starter overlay Mannequin Cat revive their shifter, then the shifter, then detach target shifter, summon Chaos Hunter, and then you can do your link plays, or you can just extend with starter to go red, or carrot overlay for gigantic, summon summon red or something, and then you can make so you can end on this cat, gigantic, and the Lila Kissico, and then you can just link off the Vermont Breaker and revive Kissico. So like you'll get your draw, you'll get your extender, and then you can set up for next turn, which I can take, and hopefully be able to live through next turn. So like you still have like a decent end board versus like Vanquish Soul, and then like they'll have the dimensional shifter on the field, so they can't evenly you on the next turn because it's also going to be bigger than most of your stuff on the field. But yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will keep you guys posted on the deck list. I know it'll probably change as time goes by. I'm not a huge fan of the Runick engine, and that's the biggest reason why I wanted to update this build and upload it. I don't think you need the Runick stuff to make Twin Spright good. I think the Runick stuff is just there to add spice, if that makes sense. Like the idea is that like you have in-deck back removal, you have an in-deck imperm that you already play, but like you can just play imperm. Like the idea is that like you have these cards that like give you advantage, but the advantage is already baked into Sprite and into the cards. Like it just makes draw hit you harder, if that makes sense. So to me, it just seems like a kind of waste of deck space, and like it incurs a lot of people to play like the pot cards that are just kind of needless. It takes up extra deck space for Hugin and Gary and all that fun stuff. So it's like to me, it just seems like you're encumbering your deck by playing Runick, not really helping it. Um, but yeah, so I upload dueling book videos 3 times a day, every single day. Um, no sleep for the wicked. If you like what you see here, or you want to see more dueling book videos, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the future. I'm also, sorry, real quick, I guess, to end on this. I'm thinking about doing a subscriber contest. So like at 1,000 subs, doing like a raffle for some stuff. I'm not entirely sure what to give out. I've got like some singles, I guess, more than anything, but like I might have some sealed stuff coming up. I've got like these old, let's see if they're in here. I'm not sure. I have like some old sealed starter decks, like some Kaiba starter decks and stuff that honestly I'm not planning on selling anytime soon, so might just give them away as cool little prizes. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'll probably make a poll on it in the community tab later. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.